Jim and Frank here. We're going to install some glue-on windows on a 2016 Dodge Promaster van. Here's the van.
118-inch wheelbase.
Yes, 118-inch wheelbase. Here's the van. Yesterday we installed windows on the back side, which you can see them here. Successfully, I might add. So today we're going to do side windows, one on the sliding door and the other on the other side of the van. First step is to clean the metal. So we washed it with detergent yesterday, and now we're going to mask off with paper and tape below where the window will be installed, so the metal shavings from cutting the opening won't cause rust on the side of the van. Okay, we're getting ready to cut out the opening for the window, and one of the first things you do here is to mark the corners, and we're going to do it by drilling a series of small holes around the corners because we're going to be cutting it with a saber saw from the outside. So we need to mark it so that we can see where the opening is from the smooth outside surface. So Frank's going to drill some holes, and then we're going to draw some lines on the outside, then we're going to cut it with a saber saw from the outside. You can space it further than that.
Like that?
Like 3/4 of an inch.
Oh, you said half inch, but okay.
Yeah,
all right.
3/4 is okay.
That.
Okay, Frank's drawing lines from the end holes on each curve to use as a guide for cutting with the saber saw. And here you can see what it looks like from the outside. Whoops. Drawing the big one.
What do you mean on the big one?
I say we are drawing the big one. Well, it's time to cut the opening with the old Bosch saber saw here. You'll notice I've drilled a pilot hole right about there to start the cutting with. So here goes.
You like where your stool is? Looks like you're kind of a tough to one side.
Oh, that's good. Okay,
ready?
Go ahead and start, yeah. We put some tape along the top of the cutout piece to hold it in place and not fall where we don't want it to after it comes loose. All right, we're all cut out now. You can see Frank's hands on the bottom supporting the cutout piece. He's going to pull it out. Et voila. There we are. Okay, so now we have to treat the edges of the window. It's rough metal, bare metal, so it needs to be filed, sanded, and deburred with this pretty cool little deburring tool that Frank has. So here goes Frank. The belt sander is good for straightening out the edges of the opening. Some rubber-like trim goes around the edge, and if it's wavy from the saber saw cut, you're going to see it in the shape of the trim. So with a belt sander, it makes a straighter edge. All right, Frank's using the deburring tool now. Scrapes along the edges, little metal shavings come off, and try to doing a little filing here. Here's what the back windows look like with the trim installed that I mentioned earlier. Frank's vacuuming out the metal shavings left over from sanding and deburring that can get caught between the two layers of metal that form the sidewall of the door. Don't want them to get caught in the panel because they can rust. We're going to apply primer to the cut edge after we do this. The two layers of metal that form the sidewall here vary in how far they're separated from each other. And to better install the trim that goes over both of them, Frank is squeezing them together with this vice grip tool, like so.
Especially in the corners.
So here's a close-up of the double wall construction. So it's separated in some areas, which will make putting the trim on a little bit trickier, but we'll figure it out. You can see the bare metal edge there versus the white paint. So primer is going to go on this top surface here, and then also on the outer surface. Special primer used for making the urethane adhesive stick better to the metal. Frank's going to clean the edge here before putting the primer on with this special sealant that's used to make urethane stick better.
Enhance urethanes with all automated urethanes to enhance bonding.
So there you go.
A little of it goes a long way.
Okay, Frank's priming the bare metal edge of the cutout here with this super special primer that dries incredibly quickly. It's very toxic smelling. I'm not getting overwhelmed by the fumes in here, but it's close. Oh, and you've already dribbled some on the inside here. Takes acetone to get this stuff off. Or maybe that's the urethane, I can't remember. Anyway, priming the edge. Then we're going to put the trim on, and then finish doing more priming outside of the trim. So there's the window. Frank's cleaning the inside of it with that special cleaner. It's kind of an interesting construction. The outer edge is this matte, opaque edge, while the inside is translucent tinted. What was that term again, Frank? Frit.
R-I-T.
So, there's your word of the day.